This is John Lee. I'm sitting in the office here with my lead man, Scott, and I basically handed Scott the very first Constructor brush that I got in that was, I assembled myself. And Scott basically doesn't follow the blogs. He's not on Facebook. He was given this Constructor brush with very little instruction, so I'm just going to ask him a few questions about his experiences. Okay, Scott, so what was your first experience with Constructor brush?
Well, the first thing, my first experience with it was I didn't know if the top rinse bar brushes, the way it hit the brush, because I tried to design my own little hinky waterfall system. And at first I thought, well, that'll never work. The length of the brush is too long on top. But I was so amazed because the biggest problem I had with anything going over the brush was always water getting on the top ledge, the lip of the frame, obviously. And with this thing, I still have the same habits. I still go along and then let it for whatever reason. But if you ever don't do that, it looks completely different because the way the water meets the top of the frame. Also, I was a little disappointed initially because I expected this to be rounder here, perhaps even more this way. Just being a little easier to get up on the frames. That was no problem at all. I don't know, maybe with the 24, it might be a little different getting it up on the lip of the frame. This was no problem at all. These small little additional brushes on the side. I was also concerned because I was using the, what was the name of that little white brush? The 3 for $99.
Oh yeah, that's the brush pack, the Reach It brush pack.
I was using those and with a swivel, and it has that really great coarse bottom section. So I didn't have to worry about flipping it around and scrubbing or using wool or anything. I could just compress the brushes and use that. And I didn't think that this had enough, but these bristles being right on top of each other. There's no gaps at all. One pass with this is like 2.5 passes with an old brush because you're getting so much more work done every time you go down. So you talk about 2 agitations. You can feel it. Like when you start rubbing, you'll think, oh, this glass wasn't that dirty. That's just the way it is now.
Now this one, something that I did just because I had access to it. I had a sample of the hog's hair and I put it in the center.
Very little though.
Yes,
very small.
That is a sample because they're coming out with the full line of the hog's hair. You'll be able to full hog's hair bristles. Those will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So you'll be able to do the hog's hair anywhere you want on it. Now tell me about your experience with the side to side. And I know you have used the H&R wagtail swivel. So tell me about your experience with side to side.
It was a similar experience, except every water-fed pole guy knows the experience of being able to use a side-to-side type product and being like, oh, I can stand still, I can flex my core, I can simply use my major muscle groups. But you also know the experience of this thing flopping over and sounding like somebody's trying to break in the second story of the building and being very loud and annoying, where this thing, it doesn't ever fall over. It doesn't ever fall over. And if you can lock it, obviously, but even when it's not locked, I very rarely see the occasion to have to lock it, because it doesn't get that weird, where it just doesn't want to stay perpendicular to the glass. It just doesn't ever do that.
All right, cool. All right, well, thanks for your input. I'm getting ready to load you up with a bunch more bristles, and
that'll be great.
You'll be able to add those to it.
All right,
so thanks, Scott.